Hey guys, Hank here. Today we're just going to be talking about the car, the 2002 Z28 Camaro. Going over how I got it, where I got it from, kind of what the journey is going to look like for the car, and what type of content we're going to be posting.
Alrighty, so this is my second Camaro. I actually did have another Camaro, Z28 LS1 4L60E, so an automatic, and I love that car. Beautiful car. Had it for close to a year, about a year and a half, I think, is how long I had it for. Unfortunately, driving home from work one day, someone ran a red light, hit my car, totaled it out, and fortunately for myself, insurance was able to cover the difference, and I was able to purchase another Camaro. And I got this 2002 LS1 6-speed manual Camaro. So it worked out perfectly for me. I love it. Wouldn't have changed anything. It's a black on black, black paint, black interior. Like I said, 6-speed T56. I love it. It has a 411 rear end in it, so it drives a little differently, but beautiful car. I love it, and that's how I got this Camaro.
So plans for the car moving forward and pretty much what we're going to be doing for the car. We already have an SS spoiler, so we'll go ahead and throw that on there. Looking for an SS hood to go with it. If we don't get an SS hood, get a cow hood. Doesn't really matter, don't have a preference. Moving towards the back of the vehicle, get the tailpipes pushed up a little bit, make it look nicer. Maybe get some dual tips on there, a little bit more aggressive look. As well as do the tail lights, tint them, so it also goes for that aggressive look in the back. The paint, we're gonna do some paint correction on it. I'd like to race this car, but if you're gonna race a car, it's gotta look nice when you're beating everyone. So paint correction. It's raining, so you can't really see how bad the paint is, but it's a beautiful car, except for when you get really close on it, you can see some of the road use that this car's had. It's really all for the outside of the car, working our way into the car for the things that we're going to be doing. Seats in it are nice. It's a black on black, so it's got some black leather seats. Hate to see them go, but got some bucket seats we'll put in there. Pull all the seats out, put some bucket seats in there, put a roll cage in there once we start making power. And then it's got a 6-speed T56 transmission, short shift Hurst shifter. Terrible way to say that. It's got a monster clutch transmission, so we'll go to the drivetrain of the vehicle. So it's an LS1. There's got an LS1 in it. It's a pretty decently stock LS1. The only thing that's not stock is the LS6 intake that it has on there. I've gone ahead, I've gotten some 243 heads that we're going to throw in there. It's LS6 heads. Go ahead and throw that on there with a cam. Right now we're looking at the BTR Stage 3 cam. I'd like to go bigger, but for now, if that's my first cam, we'll go ahead and keep it, aggressive but drivable. Once we get to the point where we want to be, we'll go ahead and throw a bigger cam on there, but for now, keep it drivable. This is a daily driven car, so nothing crazy. With doing the head and cams, we're also doing a slight rebuild. Nothing crazy. We're not doing pistons and rods yet, but we're doing oil pump, doing all the normal things you need to do with the cam. Like I said, I do have some pretty ambitious plans for this vehicle, and I would like to eventually push this engine to the 800 horsepower limit that it can handle. Whether we get there with turbos or supercharged, I don't know if we'll get there naturally aspirated, but we'll have to go boosted eventually. So we'll figure out the boosted application once we get down to that part of the journey, but for now, get it as high horsepower as possible, natural aspirated, and then boosted eventually. Push it to that limit, and then once we hit that limit where we're about to blow this engine up, find a 5.3, find a 6.0 iron block, throw it in there, and then the sky's the limit. Try to push 1,200 horsepower out of that engine. Do a transmission rebuild as well. I've heard people say that these T56s can only handle 700 horsepower. So eventually we'll change it. I've heard people say that they've blown transmissions on a stock LS1. I don't really know how true that is, but we'll see. In order to get down there, we also got to start looking at drag radials. Right now I have some pretty decent tires on it, but they're street tires, so get some drag radials. I'd like to get a drag pack eventually as well, but we'll see. Start looking for some rear ends, because eventually we're gonna blow this rear end out and we'll have to replace it, but we'll get to that road when we get there. So anyways, appreciate watching it, guys. Thank you. See you around.